celebrate. I play the fiddle and the song that you sing.
That would be delightful.
Oh. Okay. They said that they got lost. And they've been in the Bahamas.
The Bahamas? Well, tell us, come on in.
Oh, no.
Alright. Okay.
I like what I'm seeing. Are those boots? They're wearing cowboy boots.
They look like they've been in the Bahamas.
Oh yeah.
Some sexy reindeer. Okay.
I like he looks like a matador.
I don't know. Nothing says Christmas to me like a show. What do you call this? A show tune production
I don't know.
with a Japanese man playing the fiddle.
Just killing it. No, ooh, I liked that. His suit jacket's fucking tight.
It is cool though. Yeah. Like everything's in this like super reddish hue.
Yeah. Well, I think this is from like it is like a play production or musical production. Where there's like a storyline throughout him just shredded.
This does make me miss playing the fiddle though. Honestly, like watching him go after it and he's doing his thing. I'm gonna turn him down a bit and I'm playing the background. But I don't know.
She could shred.
Like honestly, it is fun to play when you like catch a bit of a rhythm with it, and and you're not like overthinking it too much, and your parents aren't like, like go practice. My parents weren't like that, but it's just like I had to practice every once in a while. And whenever you do something you really don't want to do it, then you start to dislike it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I played viola for a minute, and like every time I would come in to like do my viola, like I just didn't practice ever, and then I would try and act as if I did practice whenever I would like have to face my personal violin teacher. I don't know why I said it like that, but she ended up dropping me. She's just like, "You're not getting any better." I'm like,
honestly, good for her.
You're right.
It's hard to just drop a client.
Yeah, she just dropped me. She was like, summertime's coming up. I just don't think the viola's for you, man. And then I started playing guitar.
It's definitely not your instrument, though.
No, yeah, I'd come in, do the once a week, and then go home and...
Why viola? Why not just violin? Me, I was all about the violin.
Something to be different.
You ever see the first violin I ever played?
Yeah, I think so.
It was bright golden yellow and sparkly.
I didn't see it then, but that sounds amazing.
Smashed it into nothing.
How?
The night of a recital.
Just out of rage?
Well, I was at fiddle camp, okay? And there's this, it was like this girl at fiddle camp who was always in my group. And, like...
I don't want to hear this story.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
But, no, I would,
Someone else might get smashed.
But anyway, so it's the night of the recital, and I'm sitting down, and there's this girl or whatever, and like we're always teasing each other and blah blah blah. And then I don't remember exactly what happened, but I chased her, and then she chased me, and I did like the most perfect sort of like sprinting, looking away, like and I ran face first into a cement pillar, and just went like with my violin in my hands. And we were in the basement of the recital while the other kids were playing, and we were waiting our turn to go up. And I completely destroyed it. It was like obliterated. There's nothing left.
I can see that moment of just like running and...
Oh, and I, like, oh my god. Like, we were talking about, too. Like, Buddy, tickling and getting hurt. Yeah. This is like the same thing, chasing me, and then I run face first into the pole, destroy my $500 violin, and then, she's standing behind me like, because she's the one that fucking chased me. And then actually there was a really, really sweet older girl who gave me her violin to play, but I had a half size, and she played a 3/4 size. So I didn't actually know the fingerings anymore. I couldn't play it. because it was like I had to stretch my fingers, just a quarter of difference, right? Because it was slightly longer board, right, and different strings, and it just completely fucked it all up. But it was this ruby red, gorgeous violin. I was like, this is so cool to play. So I actually pretended the whole time.
There you go, though. That's not a bad plan.
Yeah.
I remember I was running late for a orchestra recital, and like my parents' house is super. We've got like there's 38 steps to get to the front door, and it's all super rickety. I remember running like super late and then just falling down into a snowbank and showing up, and I didn't go around. Like the whole group's already on stage, like right doing the recital, just coming up through the audience to get to where I needed to be. Just wet, covered in snow.
Fucking brutal. Yeah, my last recital that I was supposed to go to, I just ghosted my teacher. I pretended like he was talking about it all through. He's like, you're going to be playing this song, you're going to be doing this. And then, my little brother played in it on the piano, and I just never told my parents I was supposed to play. And then,
that was it.
Yeah, I just showed up to the next class with him, like nothing happened. I was just like, oh, hey, how's it going? He's like, where the fuck were you? And I'm like, didn't come. I didn't have an excuse. I just did not want to do it. That was like, I enjoyed playing in front of crowds, but like, I don't know. I didn't want to play like fucking the music he was making me play. So I don't fucking get it. I'm like, why are you just like, you gotta play this song? Just like, I don't know, find something that your students actually like, right?
Vibe out, man.
Me being
and on
a
that,
teacher.
dude.
Okay, let's roll with
And
it.
on that, I think we need to cheers. Some Cool Runnings energy drink.
Show the cam.
We're not sponsored, but
we could be. Cool Runnings. They do most of our spices as well as
guava jam.
The jam. Cool Runnings fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't sleep on Cool Runnings.
I'll let you pour the drink.
I just love the fireworks.
Now, what do you got in our mugs here?
Bacardi, dude.
Bacardi
and Cool Runnings, just because it's what we got.
Bacardi and 2 ice cubes. After watching...
Ooh, I don't know what that's...
What was that guy called? I didn't even look it up.
I don't want to butcher it. SH, but I don't remember.
Something Japanese.
Killer Vest.
Love the Japanese.
That production was like in Missouri or something. It's really weird. I don't know. Everybody else involved
I kinda
was
get
very
it, though.
southern. And
Yeah.
just like, I don't know.
What?
This year we want to send everybody love.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Man from the Orient who can play the violin. Yeah, I think
That's, I don't know.
we should have tried it before we poured it in the alcohol.
Now we have to drink it.
Kind of tastes like a funny Red Bull from what I got on my tongue there.
Kind of reminds me of
Oh, you murdered it with the Bacardi though.
No, I didn't.
A fair bit.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really take into account how much Cool Runnings we had.
Well, we're vibing. This is the Christmas special. We're filming this a couple days before Christmas. And, yeah, I don't know. We're just ready to have some fun and...
Party on.
Party on.
You're not working this week.
I'm taking a week off work, so...
I am, but you get to let your hair down. Game all the frickin' time.
I'm just gaming. I've gamed him forever, and now I'm back on the comp, just staying up late, waking up early, just to game. I don't know. I woke up at 6 a.m. to play video games. And I think that's the way I prefer it. I don't want to play it, like, deep into the evening.
Yeah.
I prefer just waking up and getting my fix in for the day.
Yeah, I kind of like waking up and getting my distractions. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Early in the morning, it's nice to just kind of like do something like that.
Well, it just felt good because like I gamed for 4 hours, and I was like, okay, it's like 10 a.m. and I still got a fair bit of day left.
Yeah.
You know, instead of like starting in the afternoon and then like you finish it, I don't know, you get like bored of your game at like 8, and then like what, you just watch TV. And I was like, okay, now I'm gonna go out and go do some stuff.
Yeah, true.
But then I came back and then I came some more, and then I left and I worked. I still taught class, and then I taught, and then I played some more. So
yeah,
yeah, it's all good.
Productive gamer.
Doing what I can, right?
Yeah, what was the first topic? We getting into Beauty and the Geek?
Want to jump right in? Beauty and the Geek?
Beauty and the Geek, I think so.
Me and Yazzy are huge reality TV fans. I used to, I never watched it at all growing up. I was not interested in it. The only thing I'd watch would be, Fear Factor, that type of shit.
And that's, not even, Fear Factor's reality. It is reality, but it's a challenge
more game show or challenge, but yeah.
Ah, man, just a bunch of people living in a house.
Well, for a Canadian audience, right, we didn't have, I don't think we had, VH1. I've never heard of that channel until Yazzy, but they would just pump out these reality TV shows, and I don't believe this is one of them, but this is where we kind of got started with those shows. So,
well, growing up, it's funny. I was having this conversation earlier today at work, but about just rotting my brain with VH1 Fuse music videos and just weird TV like this.
I think
it's so much time just obsessing over shows like that.
Well, it's definitely undeniable that it influenced your vibe and style.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, that era of 2000 and 2008.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. Yeah.
Jeans with decorative, lots of jeans.
Oh, you're really inspired about the jeans?
Well, I think the jeans were kind of a highlight of the show we were watching here. So we're watching...
Oh, yeah, this show, yes.
Beauty and the Geek. And for those of you fucking nerds that haven't heard of Beauty and the Geek, Beauty and the Geek... What's up with Beauty and the Geek? You want to describe Beauty and the Geek, or should we just play the intro?
Honestly, I don't quite understand how they even got partnered up, so I feel I remember, I was in a stoned state, so when we watched this first episode.
Well, we're not gonna rewatch the first episode. I actually started on the second because the first episode doesn't have the intro, and I think we need the.
Yeah, I feel like the intro is the best way to go about this.
Oh yeah.
I want to play this at a party.
Okay.
Indian Rich.
Yeah, Christine Bride. That was a group. Lauren and Bill.
I forgot where to go. You could definitely put this on in a playlist at a party, and I don't think anyone would guess that it's a theme song. What the fuck are we? You got the brawn, I got the brain. What the hell are we listening?
Let's make lots of money.
Yeah, what?
I wonder if that's an actual song, or if they made that song for this.
No, that has to be.
Well, let's look it up.
Oh, Ashton Kutcher's behind it, so obviously.
Beauty and the Geek theme song. Okay, we need to find the actual.
Let's make lots of money.
Okay, well it's by the Pet Shop Boys.
Okay, that's why it's a bop.
Okay, this makes sense now. Opportunities. Let's make lots of money.
That's hilarious.
I think it's its own song. I think the song came before the show.
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think that they put? I don't know. This is its own song.
Holy shit, that's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, we'll probably get flagged if we put this whole song in, but...
Well, I think we can play 30 seconds of it. Okay, well this is us discovering Opportunities by the Pet Shop Boys live.
This is mind-blowing, because I kept thinking about how funny that would be.
It's a different vibe than I expected. Let's skip along here, just so we don't get flagged. Okay.
Just a bunch of dudes in MAGA hats.
Let's make lots of money.
Sick axe, okay.
Well, okay. Well, I guess I was right. When's this from? 20. Okay, this is... They didn't put the date on here. Oh, they're playing soon.
September 18th?
September 18th, I guess, next year.
Oh, wow.
Pet Shop Boys are coming down to Toronto.
I like the Pet Shop Boys. From what I've heard.
Can't say that I've ever listened to them, aside
all
from
very,
this theme song, but I do know the name. I know that they're a reputable band.
They are reputable.
Reputable.
They've got, I don't know.
They got probably some bops, yeah.
They do have some bops. I do like.
I don't think either one of us is claiming to be a Pet Shop Boys fan, so.
I just,
let's not
it's
go
a
into
sin.
too much
I like that
detail.
song.
It's a sin.
It's a sin.
Anyways, I don't want to get flagged. I'm not going to fuck with it. Because fucking YouTube doesn't like us when we play stuff. But anyways, let's break down Beauty and the Geek. Beauty and the Geek. Okay, they take 7 nerds, 7 geeks, 7 hot chicks,
Yeah.
and they stuff them into one little space.
Well, a mansion.
And a mansion. Yeah, you fit 14 people in a mansion, it starts feeling pretty small.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. There, like, the thing is like there's moments in this show that I do think are like nice and like hard, like genuine, and then there are some of the challenges that you're like, oh, okay, bro.
Well,
like,
the whole point is just like Buddy is supposed to like become more chill and like
learn how to be around
self-aware,
a chick.
and be like a normal guy, and then the chicks are, you know,
Supposed to get smarter.
yeah, just not be dumb. Like, I don't know. Like, it's all, of course, as always.
It's more about the guys, the whole, like the whole growth, because all the chicks on the show for the most part are pretty.
They're
chill.
not dumb.
No, yeah, the ones
They're like
just,
normal women,
Yeah,
and that's all the nerds keep saying.
yeah, and then like all of the like challenges they make them do, I'm just like, dude. So yeah, the challenges like for the women they're like smart challenges, and then for the guys they're like again like cool, learning how to
Just being like normal, like they have to learn a little bit about music, or like what's this episode? Well, let's just tune in a little bit here.
After the elimination round was over, I
Okay,
felt
so
like we had really
this fucking nerd
ourselves
made
as a
it.
team.
Never been on a
Because we
date,
really
Joe.
together, and we
He's on a
really
date right now.
She's so much taller than him. Woo! So they're super stoked. Because once you get kicked out, you're out for good.
Oh, that they just came back from post-elimination. I don't know if we need to get into this. I think we just need to get some highlights.
Okay, so here you go. So here's the chicks. They're, we'll just skip through. We're not going to play it because I'm afraid they're going to flag. But
I feel like we should.
what?
I thought we were just gonna get with Rich.
Rich? Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, the girls fix a car, and the guys this episode... Well, I just wanted to show what the guys' challenge was, because it was...
Yeah, no, the
fucking
chicks having to
much
change
weirder.
a tire, like, in, like, such a... I can't remember. It was, like, a rushed job.
Well, the guys' challenge, anyways, for this was to give them fucking massages, and then they are all blindfolded, and they had to guess who was giving them the best, or not guess, but just rate
vote
gave
who
them.
had the best massage.
Yeah, and it just so happened to be a heart surgeon, or brain surgeon, which makes sense, but...
Student. I thought he was a...
No, I think he was
fuck you.
actively working, but... Anyway, so, like, it was a bit fucking weird, but at the same time, really funny. Rich
is my boy.
Rich is the funniest part of this entire show, but let's just skip to what we saw yesterday that just made it all happen. There he is.
2006. Rich. What a name.
Let's skip this. I wonder if this is going to get flagged. I'm so curious. Boom. Okay.
Oh, yeah, this quote.
Oh, there. Yeah. 100%. That's it right there.
This is how I feel every morning when my alarm goes off.
Yeah.
This is literally me until probably 9 a.m.
the assailant.
This is not fair. It's vicious.
Richard, you're
What?
freaking out.
To be in my shoes is like being in Dante's Inferno. Just blazing, chains everywhere, heat, torture. It's like being in the center of the sun.
Yeah. Exactly.
To be in my shoes.
How are you doing today, guys? It's like being in the center of the sun. Dude, yeah.
Chains. Heat.
Yeah, he's a passionate man.
He's a bit of a freak, but he's pretty funny too. At
It's
the
a
same time.
compulsion.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The geeks they were legitimately pretty geeky, and the girls were just normal girls who liked putting on makeup, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like some of the smart challenges, I'm like, dude, those just look kind of difficult. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't change a tire. Well, I'm not I don't know.
Well, I think
I'm
I
just
would have
thinking it's
put
like
you
a-
in the hot chick category.
I appreciate that. I don't know if I agree, but I don't know. I couldn't do either challenges.
Yeah.
I feel like both of the challenges
No, I would
were
donate
not applicable.
every one of these guys.
Oh yeah, you're.
I know I can give good massages.
Yeah, you're
Number
very
one.
you're very competent in your massage.
I got good hands. I got hands. I got hands. But yeah, so that's the recent reality drop that we've been watching. Probably going to keep coming back to those a little bit because they are pretty ridiculous, especially from this era of TV, which doesn't seem to exist at all anymore.
Yeah.
Trash TV.
Well, yeah, I don't know. People, it's funny that like we're this into like reality TV and we don't watch like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I never watched those.
Never seen an episode. Seems too mainstream.
No one's gonna go. I don't know. I can't say, but it just doesn't ever seem to get trashy enough. Not that this really gets trashy.
This didn't really get trashy, but it was just dumb. Alright?
Yeah.
It's just like,
People freaking out about stuff that they don't need to freak out about.
well, there's like the Rock of Love ones, so all of the of love things, the I Love Money ones, which they should have used this song, but you know.
True,
Fucking
actually.
such a good thing.
But then again, like you got the brains.
It's pretty powerful.
That is pretty fitting for the show.
Need money. Oh.
You're gonna get us flagged.
No.
Um.
Well, we just finished that last night, and it just so happened that Rich was in the semifinals and did not win.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
They didn't. What was the challenge? I don't know.
They just had to answer questions about each other, and he couldn't remember
Her middle name.
her
Yeah,
middle
he said
name.
something like really
Yeah.
weird.
Is her middle name Mickey? I'm like, no.
What? Is it
No, he said Jackie.
Jackie. Okay.
That's
It's
not
like-
even a norm. That's not even a name, right? It'd be Jacqueline if it was a
Jackie.
middle name. You wouldn't get.
Yeah.
Actually, my dad's middle name is Larry, which is
Oh,
weird.
really?
Yeah, because it should be Lawrence, right?
Oh, true. I always forget what Larry's short. I don't hear that name ever.
I know. That's why it's really funny.
Lawrence. Although now I feel like going by Lawrence would be cooler
Lawrence would be cooler.
than Larry.
Larry, yeah.
Larry sounds like
Larry's,
an uncle.
I don't think ever been cool, but when I asked my Nana why she gave him that middle name, she's like, "Oh, it's just a cool name." And that's her exact. Larry's just a cool name. And I'm like, all right, Nana.
Stephen Larry.
Stephen Larry Rideout. SLR.
SLR.
CCR.
That is middle names.
Some names. Me and my brothers.
Oh yeah, that
have
is
the
actually
same
funny.
middle name, which I thought was normal for the longest time.
But honestly, your mom's kind of onto something with that. I don't find that, like, it sounds weird, but it sounds kind of smart. Because it's
Whenever
just your
this-
mom's maiden name.
Yeah,
So it
that
makes a lot more sense. For
totally
us to
makes
just have middle
sense.
names that are your parents, your mom's maiden, or whoever's name.
It's weird,
Either
like,
dad or mom.
definitely weird because, like, she did that just out of her own, I don't know, she thought it out herself as to, like, why to do that. You know, because my dad's just like, no, we're not going to conjoin our names. Their last names are Rideout. Men, give name. Alright, so she's like, alright, well, I choose a middle name. And made them all Cody. So now,
That's
all
a
three of my
power
brothers,
move.
Connor Cody Rideout, Luke Cody Rideout, and Mitchell Cody Rideout. And it's not even spelt like a normal Cody. It's Coady, which obviously you know, but I don't know. I do think it's pretty cool, though. And it makes me want to, like,
it's
use
funny
that
too
name
because
in
it's
the
like in the
future.
middle. It comes before Rideout.
Yeah.
Power move.
Power move.
Yeah. All right. Well, where do we go from here?
I don't know. Probably just gonna keep working on the reality stuff in the future. We got some of our own ideas for reality shows, but we'll keep that close to the chest.
Reality TV.
Yeah. I used to only watch like the like cooking shows. I'd only watch like reality cooking shows where there'd be like challenges.
like Bake Offs.
Yeah, or The Ultimate Fighter, which I'm sure people would expect us to review before fucking freaking the geek here. But yeah, it's pretty funny.
I wish I would have watched The Ultimate Fighter sooner.
It's pretty good, especially when you
I feel like I would have gotten sucked into that just because there's so much aggression and drama, but something else. I don't know.
Well, it's weird
like
when you have a reality
straining.
show that's like has no like ladies in it at all, or it's just like all about girls, or it's just all about guys, and it's not like a mix or the dynamic between the two. And I feel like that gives it like a different kind of energy than other reality shows, because like so many of them play off of like sexual energy.
Yeah. That's
You know?
actually a good point. Like the fact that there is no sexual energy on that show makes it a really weird reality show.
Well, now
That's
it's kind
funny
of
to say, actually, but it's kind of true.
well, like we watch Ink Master, and like those types of shows are good, but
Yeah, no, there's not. I mean, there's only been a few times, but even then, it's not like
Yeah.
it doesn't distract from the show.
no, yeah. So it's like at least for these ones, right, from this trash TV era.
But I think even Ink Master is kind of different in the sense that like it's not really. It's about the challenges and
Yeah.
like what they're doing, whereas like the other ones play off of like
the people.
being in the house. Like
Yeah.
there's not a house cam on Ink Master.
Yeah, and if they do, they play for like 2 seconds just for like a screaming match, and you're like,
Yeah,
apparently
they are
there's
the most
beef.
like fired up.
and hit in the face.
The claw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come back to Ink Master next time. Show some clips from that, 'cause we're definitely big fans of that. But yeah, Beauty and the Geek. Probably okay. Let's give it a rating then. Why don't we just throw a rating on it? We're gonna go out of.
What season is this season?
This is season 1 out of, I don't know, 10.
I couldn't rate the show just because it is the first season. I feel like you can't rate a
the
show.
season compared
Rate
to
the season?
Yeah, you've
Okay.
watched so many, right? So compared to all of the other reality TV show we've watched, right? I don't know. I would give it. It had some pretty entertaining things. The host was a fucking creep. He just
Yeah,
weirded me
his
out.
John Deere shirt
Yeah,
on the
like-
second to last episode. That's when he found out he
We gotta
wasn't
bring
getting
that up.
renewed for the next season.
We
It was
gotta
just
bring
like,
that up because that was fucking strange. There he is.
yeah, he just wasn't likable.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the martial arts scene. They were working on some. They're doing some Kempo karate here.
This is amazing. Where?
Kempo karate. But anyways, so that's gonna lead into our next segment for sure. But where the fuck is it? Oh shit! I forgot about this. So Chuck. Okay, we gotta talk about that. Chuck's girl got kicked off the show because one of the geeks was hooking up with one of the chicks, and
It got messy.
It got messy.
And she went home. That's the one thing though, is like everything on the show moves kind of fast, so I feel like they don't like the relationships and the bubbling over doesn't really ever happen because people get eliminated so quickly.
No, and the way that the geeks fight is funny, but it's also just kind of like cringy because they're like, I don't know, they're not dramatic people. Like the doctor guy getting mad at Roger and just treating him like a kid. It's like, or Chuck.
Yeah, they don't like to go off.
But Chuck's girl got sent home. Selena, I think her name was.
I guess for a moment I almost sort of felt a little bit of panic setting in. When I feel that, what I try to do is burn it off just enough to start to feel the pain setting in.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Dude, my heart gets broken. Yeah.
And
The
now,
initial surge was passing. Took a few deep breaths.
Rate that technique.
that's
Rate-
shadowboxing.
Chuck's hook.
Chuck's hook.
If you were to
was-
teach Chuck how to throw, if he was a student of yours and he came in and did that, give the shadow box a rating.
Which you were lacking.
Okay,
But throughout the course of
if I was going to rank his shadowboxing there, I'd probably give him the rank of someone who's been doing boxing for
Yeah, you said like about a month, and like that's actually
a month to 2 months of boxing and
Yeah.
being consistent with it. That's what that would look like to me. Just being like,
yeah. He at least knows like he knows that there's He knows straights, hooks, and uppercuts.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
what they are.
Yeah, and he's like trying, his shoulders are up in his ears, and he's like throwing his elbows up like this, but you can tell it's a jab, you can tell it's a hook, so like he clearly
He's
knows that
passionate,
much.
And then, I mean, when they did do the other stuff, you know, he was just very,
There we go.
holy fuck.
So this fucking creep, but yeah, no, well, he was good at, he seemed to know what he was talking about, was like the Kempo stuff, so.
I guess that makes sense, but he looks like a Kempo guy.
Yeah.
a strictly traditional guy going ham.
Yeah, I don't know, he's fucking weird, but anyways, it leads very well into our next segment, and for the reason why we got this on right now, yeah, there's John Deere's shirt for the finale of the season. What the fuck would he wear that?
Just,
What a weirdo.
oh, God.
But anyways, karate shirt. Right? Karate, yeah. I got my gi pants on. I can't find my karate gi pants. Got this as
It's a BOGO.
BOGO sale. I got this for free with my new shin pads from Hayabusa because I added it to the cart. Didn't even know it was BOGO until I was ready to check out, and I'm like, it's free? Pfft. I was just gonna buy it. But yeah, so I got this new karate kickboxing uniform. Super stoked about that. I started with karate, right? You know that, and I'm a big fan of it. But we're always talking about it's just like karate, taekwondo.
Well, I don't know. Like, we always kind of talk about traditional martial arts
Yeah.
and, like, the idea of just, I think with, like, martial arts, it gets a little bit, like, everyone's like, okay, Muay Thai is your kickboxing base.
Yeah.
Okay, boxing is your hand base,
Yeah.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and either
Yeah.
judo or wrestling.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you don't really, it's always interesting when you have the fighters that have, like, the karate style or...
Yeah, taekwondo, or really just any of them, right? Just any of those like really unique. Kung Fu sometimes gets thrown around in there, and not like the revamped versions of them, but the ones who like truly did it traditionally, and then actually applying that in real fighting. Because obviously, you know, we're not stupid. We're real MMA fighters. We understand like what martial arts are actually work in a real fight, but. Right, what are the techniques, what are the movements, what's the forms that could actually be taken and used to complement real fighting? And, well, last weekend it was Pettis fought and Wonder Boy fought.
Yeah.
Right, not each other, we watched that fight as well, but...
Yeah, no, those are two that I always like to bring up with that.
And both of
as
them
far
are.
as just like applying that like little bit, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess Wonder Boy is very karate, but
Yeah.
at the same time takes what works.
Well, no, you see it in Pettis all the time, right?
Yeah,
And he's like doing
his
jumping
kicks.
techniques, and his fucking
Sick.
kicks are insane. That's
Yeah.
Taekwondo. That's high level Taekwondo. And then Wonder Boy, that's 100%, everybody knows, Kempo karate. So it's just like what they do, and that's different, where they can actually maintain those techniques in real time, right? Is it because maybe those other fighters aren't necessarily used to them? I would say in Wonder Boy's case, 100%.
Yeah.
There's very few people who actually compete actively like that anymore. But for Pettis, he's clearly adapted it to a more MMA style. But like the end of that round last weekend, he hit the low kick with his right leg, and then with that same right leg, while it came back after the low kick, he span all the way around into a wheel kick. So he went low kick, boom, chop, boom, into the wheel kick, and fucking hit him right in the side of the dome. It was like,
Yeah, that was insane.
sick,
That
right?
was so insane.
Super sick.
No, I love seeing that little bit just come out, you know?
It's fun too, right? It's just fun to practice and like break it down, and
And I think that's what like makes, you know, the whole martial art part of things interesting, and like mixing what everything else, you know.
well, I started with karate, and then in Billings, right at the Grindhouse. Shout out to Sensei Mark.
Sensei Mark.
Sensei Mark, who would show up in his sensei sweats. Yeah.
Oh,
And he's the sweetest little man you've ever met in your life. Like,
yeah,
just-
the best hair you've ever seen on a guy that age. Like, just white. Just...
and a
Hold
veteran.
Yeah.
And he's a veteran. So, very respectable man. Religious man. We went with him to
Sing carols
sing
at his
carols. And he invited us, and we're like, yeah, fuck, I haven't been to church in forever. I'd love to go. Just hang out and sing a little bit, and it was
Hang
pretty
out with
fun.
Sensei Mark.
And he's super sweet. He's such a sweet
But
guy.
he's a killer.
He's a killer. right? He freaks out. He comes at you at 1,000,000 miles per hour with his hands like this, but it's fucking overwhelming.
Yeah, no, he's not only a killer, but then he also majored in theater. So it's pretty insane.
It shows.
Yeah,
It
the
shows.
way he teaches, and I think that's why I learned
Is
well from him.
boisterous the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just we're both dramatic.
Yeah.
If I, yeah, you know, he's like, yeah. I can always tell when you're not getting it because I see the trout look. Like, that's what I'm doing right now, Mark. That's my expression.
The trout look, hell
The
yeah.
school of trout. Just do not know the technique that I'm showing.
Yeah, but this guy was, he showed me how to do a jumping, spinning back kick, and he's got to be, I don't know, close to, you know, like late 60s, right? At the very least.
Considering
At least
when he was in
Yeah,
where Japan.
when he was in Okinawa. Because he
Yeah.
got stationed in Okinawa, and that's when he picked up Gojuru karate, and then he came home and he started working on Kempo karate, which is an American style of karate. But
The fastest.
fastest man ever. He would just kick out your ankle and you'd be sitting on your ass and you're like, what the fuck just happened? And that's when I was like, okay, you know, like some of the stuff he's showing me, I'm like, you know, I probably can't use this in a fight, but little things, like, they really focus on, like, every single movement comes with a strike. Like, if you're moving, you're hitting somebody. If you're blocking somebody, it's going to flow into a punch right off of that, which makes sense conceptually if you don't get too flowery with it where, like, everything is, like, it can't be everything, but you can take the concept of it, right?
Right. Yeah.
And he could throw some fucking jumping, spinning back kicks.
Crazy. What the fuck? I guess takedown. The like where you would cross step and stomp.
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah.
it was a trip, I guess.
No, that's legit. That's 100% legit. MMA Shredded was showing some stuff like that. You would step behind the person's lead leg, and you basically scissor their top half, while your legs would be behind their legs, and you basically like this is the leg, this is the body, right? And you go boom, like right, and you chop them down. But obviously enough, you know, you're going to be talking about Kempo karate. There's like with any martial art, you always end up seeing some crazy shit and people being weird.
Kempo karate is definitely one of the more fun ones to see the technique videos.
It's
for sure.
So much fun because, like I said, they try to do every single movement with a strike, and when you're always trying to do that, you end up aiming for some pretty funny stuff. But this guy,
Dance of Darkness.
I hope we don't piss off the Kempo community here, but I think he's like, you know, Kempo Jesus to a certain degree. All right, I've seen him mentioned a bunch of times, but like, let's see what Larry Tatum has to say with the Dance of Darkness.
Watch, he's going to start in a left neutral bow, and I'm going to start in a right neutral bow.
Okay.
Now, as the kick comes, I'm going to drop back into the first stance and do a right downward block. No sooner I do that, but I'm going to come forward again, and as I come forward, I'm going to snap his elbow with an inward parry and an outward parry, but the outward parry is going to catch just under the elbow. Snap it at that point as I come forward, okay?
So, in one instance, while he's throwing his punt or front kick at you, you parry it away, step back into a twisted stance, and while his arm is hanging out, you somehow hit the bottom of his arm and the elbow at the same time to crush the elbow. Like,
break the arm, dude.
Break the arm. God.
Now,
so,
by
that's
myself
step
for a second,
one.
you can watch the stance. Step in and out. It goes back to a twist stance, a left front twist stance, and then comes back into a right neutral bow with two parries. Okay?
Right
now,
neutral bow,
we start
two
to
parries.
kick. And hook the eye as we step over behind him now.
the eye.
That's 12 o'clock, so I'm going to step just past 9 o'clock. As I hook the eye, I'm going to anchor down with this arm to keep him in place. I'm going to let this roll, and I'm going to do two punches. One right into the...
Their ukis are the best. Also, shout out to every Kempo uki.
Yeah.
Because
They
they're
get the
doing the fucking most.
Yes. They get the shit beat out of them, and they just take
And they
it.
pose so perfectly.
Yeah.
They know
No,
exactly
they
what
give
to
off
be.
that energy like they're really in a fight with somebody. Because obviously, once you're parried and your elbow's crushed, you would end up in this position. And you can still hear him like
Underneath
letting
the
out
shoulder
little
blade.
yells. Like he doesn't need
Or
to
the
go
kidney, the other one can
every
go to the
time.
opposite kidney, or they can go to this kidney as well. I'm going to drop into
The
closed kneel stance. Now watch
Still
this
going.
again. Block the kick. Catch the arm, hook the eye, and now, right from there, what I want to do is check the shoulder, because I don't want this arm coming around back on me. As I check it, I'm going to back knuckle with the other hand coming from here. I'm going to hook the eye again, and as I hook, I'm going to push to get more leverage out of that eye hook. And I'm going to sweep the leg with a thrusting sweep kick. I'm going to track down my own arm and poke the eye again. I'm going to unwind, buckle his leg, and now I'm facing approximately 10 o'clock, and that's where his head's going to end up, as the elbow hits and the buckle hits. Then I'm going to contour his body with what we call a retarded ball kick. Right to the head, and then cross it.
Now, did you guys catch that? Did you catch that, Yazzy?
Oh, I know a lot about the retarded ball kick.
Let's listen to that one more time.
His body with what we call a retarded ball kick.
The retarded ball kick. Okay, so he hits him with the retarded ball kick.
Right to the head,
Boom.
and then cross that. All right, let's
Now,
try
what
this
about the
again.
eyes?
That's the last step in the dance of darkness.
Okay, so yeah, after
The last step.
the retard ball kick. Okay, tell me all the steps. And let's see if you get it right. This is pop quiz.
So you sweep the leg,
Yeah.
and as you do that, you parry, shatter the elbow.
Yeah.
You double fist the spine and the kidney,
Okay, I think.
and then you block the shoulder. You hook the eye
I think
to
you-
get more leverage.
Yes.
And then you take out the leg,
Yeah.
and then retarded ball kick.
Retarded ball kick.
I think that's.
You definitely missed an eye poke somewhere in there. I think there's two more
There's
eye
I
pokes.
think you're right. There are 2 eye claws at the very start.
I think it was between. No, wait, yes, he got the shoulder block and the eye poke, but there was one before that when he eye poked him. I think it got him to turn or something.
We'll do a little slower.
Do a little
We'll
slower.
go 1,
Parried.
2, hook the eye.
There. That's what it was. Parrying and then
It
hooking
happened
the
so
eye.
fast.
Okay. Double spine.
Hip, rip and push.
Another rip and
Hold with
push.
the other hand. Come back in.
Spin.
Elbow, outward elbow, and at the same time you sweep the leg, contouring the body, catching the head this way and out.
Kick in the face like that.
So I think the
Like wood.
retarded ball kick is one that follows the line of the body and then turns in and kicks them in the face. So you're kicking forward and then you turn it out into their face, and that's why it's retarded.
Oh, it's so
That's
slow.
what makes it
Okay.
totally retarded.
It's pretty retarded.
Thank you, Jim.
Just that easy.
The
One more
head,
time.
and then cross that. All right, let's try this again. We'll do a little slower. We'll go 1, 2,
1, 2,
hook the
hook
eye,
the eye, back smash,
hip, rip and push,
whip and push,
poke with the other hand.
spinning
Come back in.
elbow with the
Elbow,
sweep.
outward elbow, and at the same time you sweep the leg, contouring the body, catching the head this way and out.
It's just in what's like is the I wonder if the mentality behind this is to just do a sequence of movements so you could train these pieces, right? You know, like so you'll know the retarded ball kick after you do this entire sequence.
And you're just trying to get one piece of the. Yeah. I mean, that's
Or-
kind of the way, like, I don't know, when you learn, like, a jits flow, maybe that's kind of. Maybe we're thinking of the Dance of Darkness a little too literal. Maybe it's almost better to, like, name a flow, because you know how, like.
Yeah, so you get all the different pieces that you're supposed to learn. but-
Having like a whole okay, you're gonna go from a guard pass into side control into whatever, then you'll get swept, reversal, whatever, and then they start at the beginning.
Right.
If there were like names for that, and be like, this is that sequence, this is that sequence. I
Yeah.
guess maybe.
It makes sense if we think about it like that conceptually, because I don't think anybody in history has ever hit that sequence off of some guy just trying to throw a push kick at them.
I think.
Our buddy poses and goes,
I think if we think about it more as like a flow rather than a combo. It's a flow, not a combo. It's a
"Flow, not
dance.
combo." It's the dance of darkness.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot more sense. But I
feel
don't
we're
think...
onto something. Like,
Yeah.
it seemed really silly, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's...
Well, breaking it down that way, but, like, yes, you learn the pieces, but I don't think this teaches you any actual real application.
No.
So, I don't think you could... You might know those just for grading or whatever, just getting your next belt and...
It's
and
not like
tempo,
doing a
but-
jits flow where it's like, okay, in this sequence you're gonna use a guard pass, or you're gonna use this sub, or you're gonna use... I guess that makes sense.
Because they're always, like, I know even with Mark, like, I wasn't... Like, he would teach it in ways like, alright, just pose your hand like this, you know?
You had to be doing something specific.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta get your arm out like this, as if the punch is coming, and then he'd fold an elbow and blah, 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 and I was like, okay, you know, like, I get it, but...
What was the one that he showed us? The Fury of Fists?
Fury of Fists, yeah, where they were
That's
just... They're doing, like, he did, like, the Wing Chun thing. Let's
Is
look that
Fury
up.
of Fists a dance? God damn.
Fists of Fury? Floating hand striking set? Fury combat? 46 seconds.
Whoa.
2 dislikes. Oh, this is... Oh, it's the name of the system. Oh, they're fighting? Or... Oh, this is somebody with a knife. Showing a knife them. And they're hitting the knife as it comes at them. Look at this guy go.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not a knife fighter.
No.
I'm not a knife fighter.
These guys probably know what to do better against a knife than I ever would. Because I don't know shit about knives. All I know from Mark is just hide your veins.
Yeah. Fight like that. That's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone has a knife, turn your palms in.
Don't block the knife like this.
Does
Always
he-
show your hands. Like
Yeah,
this.
from the back of your hands as best as you can. Because you're not going to grab the knife and you don't
What
get
an
fucked.
interesting thing in such a gentle voice. If anybody ever attacks you with a knife, you want to do. Yeah, that was nuts. And all those old pictures he brought in.
Yeah. Mark. Shout out to Mark. I'll give him
Shout out
a
to
call,
Mark.
figure out what's going on with them.
A YouTube
Rolling Fist. This is
website.
probably it.
Powerful kicks, and so
Powerful
if you don't,
kicks.
so take full advantage of that modified neutral bow, you have a little bit more of a spring in your back leg. Okay, now, at that point, technique, it's a little irrelevant. Once you block
I just want to
down
see
that arm's
quick time.
the rip,
Showing a
what they
quick
were
time.
anticipating is about to happen.
There's the start. Oh.
I don't know. I don't know where to go from here
No,
as
I
far
don't
as
know.
rolling fists.
Rolling Fists, I don't think that's what we're looking for.
I think we're over it.
I think I'm over it too.
Let's see, man. I'm trying to think. Christmas, holiday season.
Yeah, Christmas. What's our plan here? You know, we're heading into lockdown number 2, so
Easy. Not going home this year.
lockdown. No,
Which is a bummer. Miss everyone out down south.
missing Montana, missing the States, missing the American vibes.
Yeah. No, I was just reminiscing about the notorious year I had where I showed up to Christmas totally hammered.
Yeah.
Uh,
We can do that this year.
yeah. Yeah. Very true. Very true.
I don't think we should not get hammered.
Yeah. No. Well, I think that setting's a lot more fitting rather than the choice that I decided to make, where
Yeah.
I showed up to.
Yeah, my family doesn't go to church, so
Well, my family doesn't really either, aside from like my grandma and my great aunt.
yeah. But you went to church that night,
Yeah. To show solidarity.
so probably not.
Well, yeah.
There's something
My
like
program-
lighting a fire.
Yep. Yeah, I lit my program on fire. Because, you know, at the end, they always have a silent night. You get the candles.
Yeah.
And I was just, I don't remember if I was just pyroing out or if, like, it was an accident, but I do remember my brother trying to keep me in check.
Oh my god.
Ugh,
That
was
poor
fun.
kid. I figured it out though. It's funny because like I remember the first time we took you to Christmas 2 years ago. Right? It'd be 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, and you met my my aunts and stuff, and we were playing some.
Oh, the mittens game.
Playing some stupid ass game. Whatever. It was a fun family game where there was like all these like basic gifts, and you had a time limit to open up a present.
Everyone had mittens. Oh yeah.
With-
So everyone would get mittens, and then like the gift, and the gift was wrapped like a shit ton.
Yeah.
And it was like 30 seconds, or probably even shorter than that.
And you had to pull it all off wearing oven mitts, and
Whoever got it completely unwrapped got to keep it.
got to keep the gift.
Yeah.
You know, the funniest part about that whole thing is my aunt looked at you and was just like, "I'm sorry, we're so crazy."
Yeah.
It just like made me cringe. I'm like, "Oh my god, you haven't." Like I was embarrassed because I'm like, "Oh my god, her family is so much crazier."
It's just wilder. Yeah. My mom's side, we get down, man. We get hella down.
Like I know your Danish side would be totally down to play. You know. The
Yeah,
game.
no, that's
so their
chill. That
vibe.
might even be a little too chaotic, dude.
Yeah.
We're used to chasing almonds and rice pudding, dude. Chilling. Yeah, so usually we do like Christmas Eve with the Danish side, which is really chill, really calm, and then we do Puerto Rican Christmas Day, and that's a fiasco and a half. Just every Puerto Rican in Billings, Montana, or I guess in Montana probably, they'll come out. They'll come out if they hear arroz con gandules is being made somewhere. They'll fucking be there. Just shoved in my grandma's 2-bedroom condo.
Yeah, with a
Or
bunch
apartment, I don't even know.
of a ton of kids and
Yeah, dude.
not COVID friendly nowadays,
Definitely not.
but was a lot of fun back then. A lot of learning for me, a lot of embracing the culture because I have no culture at all in my family, so
Oh,
just kind of roll
shit.
with it.
We got a guest. We got 2 guests.
Feature spot. Welcome to the podcast, guys. A roommate just came in, Anna and Tyrone. You guys can pass right through. Go for
It's
it.
okay.
Sorry, Tyrone, Anna, and a bag of Swiss Chalet. Merry Christmas.
Chalet Christmas.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I've never been to Swiss Chalet.
Been once, and it was around Christmas time, now that I recall. I went with my buddy Brandon Coolhouse and his mom, and we got the first time I ever had pumpkin pie, and the first time I've ever ordered dessert at a restaurant, which was like normal in their family. Whenever they went out to a restaurant, they'd order dessert, and I thought that was like really odd. Like, we never have gotten dessert before, at least not from the restaurant we're eating at. We'll go get ice cream or something, but you won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always,
Yeah,
it
but
always
maybe.
makes me so mad too. Even as a kid, like if I was out with my family, like everybody out like for a birthday or something, it's just like, oh, we're gonna get dessert. I guess we're gonna get dessert. And it was always like a fucking thing. It's just like, bro, let's just get dessert or quit playing around, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why are we... And then like, oh, you don't need to bring a spoon for me. I'm not gonna have any. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Just have some.
Get in here. Or don't. I don't know. Dessert.
Don't
We've
play
decided
games.
dessert, or it's appetizers over dessert if you're eating it all at the restaurant.
Yes.
For sure.
Because it's too much for a date of 2 to get, you know, our meals, the app, and the dessert, right? So
That's
always
a little
appetizer.
psychotic. Yeah, appetizer for sure.
Yep. Always. And
I
especially
want
if there's
some pot sticks.
or pita chips with some, what's it called? The artichoke dip. That used to be our favorite.
Ooh,
3
spinach
cheese.
dip.
Not anymore. But, wait, no, they still have it at Doomy's, I think. I've had that once before.
The dude,
Right.
the artichoke dip?
I think so, yeah.
Spinach artichoke dip is the shit. I totally forgot about
Artichokes are
that.
So good, yeah.
So long it's been since I've been to a restaurant.
I know. Well, we went to Montana's recently. For those of you from Montana,
It's a Montana themed chain.
yes, in Ontario. And it used to be my favorite before I even knew Yazzy, which is funny enough. But
Yeah. Just pots and pans hanging up in front of a fake fire.
yeah, like
Yeah, just like a
open
skillet.
cold fire and
Yeah, okay.
yeah, bunch of like it's like log cabin vibes. I remember the one we used to always go to had like half a truck hanging through the ceiling.
Well, there's a lot of drunk drivers.
Yeah.
That's a great theme.
Canoes and shit. So no guns though. Not in Canada. No. I'm sure if Montana's was in Montana, they'd have some guns on the wall. But
Yeah.
there's 0 guns on the walls in our Montanas, which I think is the biggest inaccuracy of what this vibe is supposed to be.
Yeah, dude, we're out in the woods. We don't
Yeah.
got a strap, dude.
No, but we have
We're gonna scare these bears away with a skillet.
we have a cast iron skillet.
Make him some pancakes, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
It's so funny.
But no, they're actually like out of all of the. I don't mean to hate on Canada chains, but I just feel like they're just not as good. Like the quality, like Jack Astor's is ass, man.
Jack Astor's is ass. Boston Pizza is ass. Swiss Chalet, honestly, kind of ass.
It depends on like if you're into it, I
Yeah,
guess.
like it's a thing. Like, you know, if you're gonna go to a fast food restaurant, you're going to a fast food restaurant. You're looking for fast food,
Yeah.
right? But not
They
a
just
fan.
don't. But like I wouldn't even consider like I feel like Jack's is like fast food, whereas like Montana's,
Yeah,
Boston Pizza,
yeah.
like sit down places, whereas like the ones like Fuddruckers rocks. I love Fuds. Red Robin.
Red
rocks.
Robin fucking
Red
rocks.
Reezy
Yeah.
is the shit.
So
dude.
good. Bottomless fries.
That's insane.
Yeah, Montana's is like the only one that I ever really enjoyed. Yeah, we got like the Keg too, which is another one.
I've
It's
never
like
been to the Keg, but
the fancy steakhouse thing that people go
my
to.
crazy roommates used to love the Keg.
Everybody fucking loves the Keg. I don't know. Well, obviously, being a vegan, I'm not into that. Yeah. Oh my god. That's a story for another day. Your
My old roommates.
your little person roommates.
who weren't. They were just.
Oh shit. I forgot. Speaking of people in our lives that we forgot to mention. So, last episode we were talking about Yazzy's fight against.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's
I think
very
we
unfortunate to.
We should be somber about this because it is a very sad thing, and the timing of our podcast could not have been worse.
Yeah. No, it's very unfortunate to announce the passing of Ellagene Lance.
She died this or last week. Not sure about the exact
She
date.
passed. Yeah. No, I think it was within the last few days.
Yeah.
It was fairly recent. Her and her brother and his wife. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll provide a link for their GoFundMe, but
Yep.
if
They're doing raising money for the funeral and stuff.
she's got some boys, so if you can donate, show some support.
It is ironic,
It is
to say
ironic.
the least, that we were talking all that shit on her, and then she just so happened to die. Like, when I saw it happen, I was like, I almost chuckled, not at the fact that she died, but I'm like, what are the fucking odds that we're talking about her, and then right after that, and Yazzy's always telling me about people from Montana that died.
there's a curse, man.
I don't know anybody that's ever died, and she tells me weekly a person that died.
Yeah, it's
But
kind of insane.
not
And,
usually
like,
people you're close to.
no,
but
that's the
you
nature
still
of
have
Montana.
Way more people close to you that have died than I have. Yeah,
I've been to quite a few funerals.
I've never even been to a funeral,
Yeah.
so
I don't know. That is weird. I don't know what that is. And I think it's also like the nature of Montana. Like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
So
much smaller community. But regardless, like you guys you're dying a lot more for some reason, which is like sad and confusing, and it's for a whole plethora of reasons. When you get into, it's always areas that have less population density. You end up having more death per population. So like Greenland and like the Inuit up north and stuff, like it gets into like suicide and drug use and depression and
Just
just
being
general
isolated
being
from
isolated
people.
and just health in general, right? It's easier to be healthy if you have access to everything, and there's less people and there's less access to stuff. So just in my own head that intuitively makes sense. But regardless, Ellagene Lance passed away. Rest in peace.
and thoughts
Your fight will live in infamy with her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a legend.
a legend. She was actually a cop as well.
From what we gather,
She was wearing a cop uniform and standing next to a police car, so I can only assume as much.
she was a cop.
She was a cop. So,
The more you know. It is crazy, like, details you learn about someone that you just wouldn't know.
no. But, Alright, Ellagene Lance, rest in peace, and
Yeah, we'll put the link up for that.
Yeah.
And,
what are you saying? We call it a cast?
call it a cast.
I think so. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for joining in. Hopefully you're still here and you caught the little bit end there, and check out that GoFundMe and whatnot. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, comment on this video, all of which would help support the little show we're trying to put on and just having fun with it, talking with each other. We absolutely love, doing this sort of thing, and we just love hanging out with each other. So it's cool that you guys get to do it with us and, have a little fun along the way. But, yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and anything else, Yazzy?
No, not really. I don't think. Happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
To Ben.
Ben.
That's to my Jew out there. Happy
Yeah,
Hanukkah, Ben.
And Jake. Jake O.B.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jake's. Oh, yeah.
Jake O.B.
Okay, we probably know a couple. Ray.
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot. We know quite a few the more we say it.
Yeah, a couple of the Jews, yeah. Jewish people. Jewish people.
Happy Three Kings Day.
Happy Three Kings Day to the Ricans out there.
Don't forget to put grass under your bed.